Hello, this is Tony. Today I like to talk about modification that is done a lot in CB. It is not legal, so you are not allowed to do this, but it's done a lot, and it has to do with congestion of all the channels. That was in the 80s, it was very popular. A lot of people were using the CBs. And there was a point that it was so full that people really needed to find the free frequency space. And then there were some smart modifications, and it was called the alpha channels or sub channels or channels in between. And I will explain how that works. It all has to do with channel spacing of the CB bands. As you know, the CBs have channels 1 to 22 or 1 to channel 40. And as you can see, they are all spaced 10 kilohertz apart. Except for a few channels. And don't ask me why, but it is always has been like that. Because as you can see, between channel 3 and channel 4, there is actually 20 kilohertz of spacing. And between channel 7 and channel 8, it's the same. There is also one in between, and 11 is the same, 15 is the same, and 19 there is also. So that means if you could change your radio a little bit, that it just skips one channel, that means that you can get in these channels in between. And also if you have a 24 channel radio, a 22, sorry, if you have a 22 channel radio, it is possible, if you do the same trick, to go to 24. For some reason they mixed these channels up, so as you can see it's first 22, then 24, 25, and then 23, and then it goes 27, and then it just goes all up, and here all the spacing is just equal. So that means if you have a 22 channel device, you can still use 20 channel 4 with the same option, just to get 10 kilohertz up. So how do we do that? Well, in my other videos you may have seen me adjust the radios. Now after I clean them up and fix them, I also want to be sure they are correctly on the frequency. And what I do, you have here the crystal oscillator, and it all runs on this quartz crystal, 10.24 megahertz. And to make it resonate on the correct frequency, you can adjust this capacitor. It's a trimmer, and yeah, so what we need to do, if you want to do 10 kilohertz up, we need to adjust a lot. So we need one that is a little bit more, and we want it to be switchable, because we want a normal channel, and when we switch over we want a 10 kilohertz up, because we also want still our normal channels to work. So you find a lot of modifications. People use 2 crystals. You can use the standard is the 10.24, but you can use the 10.245, and then you're almost there. So then you just switch the crystals. You have little things here, but usually it's just very simple, and you just use one of these trimmers. So here we have the crystal, and here we have the IC where we thought it was connected to, and in the other leg is this trimmer. We need this for our normal channels. So if we can cut the trace between this one and this one, then we are okay. So how does that look on the other side? Well, that is done here. As you can see, this is the strip, that is our black IC. So we cut this thing, and we have here the wire. So in normal operation, we just want this trace to be closed again. So we do this with the switch. So we connect for normal use, and when it's open we need to put the trimmer. So what you can do here, you just use an old switch that you don't use, and usually it's the internal external speaker, because yeah, well, you use it one way. Now you're not going to switch over. So this is a perfect switch to do so. And this switch, we take out the wires and we just connect them as we want. And so the switch just puts short circuits this extra trimmer, or it just adds the trimmer in series. So now we need to put it on the right frequency. So here we have the old situation. The crystal is connected directly to the IC, and here we just have cut this. The rest is all the same. And what we do with the switch, we or short circuit, and then it's just like it's directly connected, or we switch to this side, and then this capacitor is in series, and we want it to be adjustable because of course it is we need to be on the right frequency. I put the radio on channel 1, so the frequency should be 26965. That still works, it's more or less okay, but you won't notice this too much. We should switch over. Now we have the extra capacitor, and that means we should now be on 26975. We are still on channel 1, so are we? Yes, well, we are a bit low, so I need to adjust that a bit. To adjust, you cannot use the normal screwdrivers, because if they have metal, they will influence the capacitor, so I use these things. These are now available. It's ceramic and plastic, so that doesn't influence too much. And 20 years ago they had the nylon. The nylon was not that strong, so they put a very little metal in the middle. I'm not sure it will focus. No, so to influence it less as possible. This one in that time was great, but of course because it is metal it will influence, so now I'm always using these ceramic ones. So let's put the radio on the correct frequency. Here, channel 1, switch to the normal, we look, so now it's 965, and when we switch over, 975. So what we did, we were just able to switch from channel 1, even though it's in channel 1. We are now transmitting on channel 2, and that makes it possible to go in between. So if we go now to channel 3, channel 3, channel 3, go first to the normal. That is 985, 985, that is correct. And now we put the switch. So we put the switch. See, still channel 3, but now we are transmitting on 995. And as you can see, we are now in between the two channels. And that's how it works. The same thing for channel 22. So if we are now on channel 22, I put it again on the standard. Then we are on 225, 225, and now we flip the switch. And now we are on 235 and 235, and that's channel 24. So we have added a few extra channels. That easy. Remember, this is usually not allowed, but I just wanted to show you this because it was done a lot of times in the 80s. Almost you could not find unmodified radios in that time, and I just wanted to show you because you will find probably the parts inside and are wondering, what is this, why is this done? Well, this is the reason. That's it, it's closed. Nothing to see. You just need to remember, because you don't see any in the display, sometimes people put a little LED light in the corner behind the S meter, so you can see it is actually on the 10 plus channel or on the alpha channel, or they put the light somewhere so you know, but now you really need to remember it was this switch. It is kind of a dirty trick with this variable capacitor, but it does work very well. If you adjusted it on the channel 1, then it is of course correct on channel 1, but then you will find on 22 it is a little bit, the frequency is a fraction too high, like 1k or half a k, and that's okay, usually will not hear. And also a lot of other people do exactly this simple change, because it's just the price of a little trimmer and 2 wires. So yeah. So I remind you again, this modification is probably illegal in your country, but it is done a lot, it has been done a lot, and you will find a lot of radios with this in it. If you find my videos interesting, I ask you to click on the top right to subscribe, and thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.